Hello and welcome to my channel Blue Pixie Cupcakes. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make these glamorous black and gold cupcakes and how to get a deep black buttercream colour without using tons of black food colouring that stains your teeth. I'm going to start off by making a batch of my American Buttercream recipe. I've got a whole tutorial on how to make the perfect American Buttercream, so I won't go into too much detail here, and I'll include a link to that tutorial in the description box below. So we start off by mixing 250 grams of butter until it's light and fluffy. And then add 570 grams of sifted icing sugar in 3 batches. Mixing on medium to high speed for 2 to 3 minutes each time. Now it's at this point we want to add our secret ingredient for black buttercream, which is black cocoa powder. As you can see, it is a much darker colour than normal cocoa powder, and I will say on a flavour note it does have a much more intense flavour, which is almost bitter but giving a very rich chocolatey flavour. I purchased this cocoa powder from Amazon and I'll include full details below. And I'm going to add 60 grams of this to my buttercream and mix for another 1 to 2 minutes on medium speed. Finally, add a few tablespoons of milk depending on how stiff your buttercream is and mix this until well combined. As you can see, we already have a lovely naturally dark buttercream, providing the perfect base to add our black food colouring. I'm going to be using Black Extra paste by Sugar Flare, and I'm going to add a small amount to my buttercream and mix this in. And then keep adding a bit more if needed to achieve the depth of colour you're after. Bearing in mind the colour will develop the longer it's left, so you can cover your buttercream and leave it for an hour or so and then have another check to see if you still require some more food colouring or not. I'm going to leave it here and I'm happy with this colour, and I know it will deepen in colour even more in a few hours' time. So I'm going to pop this into a piping bag fitted with a 1B piping tip, ready to pipe onto our cupcakes. Now for my cupcakes, I'm using a chocolate sponge baked in a gold foil cupcake case for extra gold glamour, and I'll include full details for those below. If you would like my recipe and tutorial for these chocolate cupcakes, please leave me a comment and I'll make sure I post a video on that too. And we're going to pipe our black buttercream onto our cupcakes in a single rosette swirl. So you'll end up with 12 lovely black rose cupcakes, and we now just need to glam these up with some gold. I'm going to decorate these in 2 different designs, so pop half your cupcakes into the fridge to harden up for our second design, while we decorate the remaining 6 with our first design. For both designs though, we need some edible gold paint. To make this, take some gold edible lustre dust and add some vodka or rosewater and mix this in to make a lovely paint. So for our first design, pop some newspaper under your cupcakes, as it can get a little messy, and using a paintbrush dipped in the edible gold paint, just flick it all over the tops of your cupcakes. and you'll be left with this gorgeous black and gold design. Now for our second design, take your cupcakes out of the fridge so your buttercream is nice and hard, and we're simply going to paint on the gold on the edges of that rose swirl. I like to keep this quite thin, but you can go thicker if you prefer. And that's our second design. Finally, I'm going to add some edible lace butterflies to all of my cupcakes, and I'll pop them on where the buttercream swirl ends. These lace butterflies are so elegant and pretty and look fantastic on these black and gold cupcakes, and I have a whole tutorial on how to make these, which are actually very easy to do, especially if you follow my method, which allows you to make these weeks in advance whilst they still keep their shape. And I'll include the link for that tutorial in the description box below. If you don't want to make these butterflies, then some gold sprinkles on the edge of those buttercream swirls looks great too. And that's it. I think these cupcakes look incredible and are very glamorous. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Let me know if you go on to make these yourselves and how they work out for you. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and you can also subscribe to notifications so you don't miss out on any new content. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time.